So this is digital literacy, web browsing exercise 1, manage web browsers. So the internet is a global collection of interconnected computer networks that connects billions of computing devices with government agencies, educational institutes, private corporations, companies into one massive network. The internet uses transmission control protocol, internet protocol, which is in short TCP, and IP, which is a network protocol that controls how devices and applications transmit and receive information over a network that spans geographical locations. So, most information on the internet can be accessed via the World Wide Web on www, an application protocol that publishes information via on interlinked web pages using web browsers. Websites contain a series of related web pages that are accessed by visiting the homepage of a particular site. Websites are accessed using web browsers. Web browsers are software that needs to be installed on your computer. The most popular types of web browsers are Microsoft Internet Explorer. Second is Microsoft Edge. Third one is Google Chrome. Fourth one is Mozilla Firefox. Then the last one is Apple Safari. So in this exercise, you will create and export bookmarks in Internet Explorer. You will then import these bookmarks into Google Chrome. Please refer to your course material or use your favorite search engine to research this topic in more detail. So, learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you will be able to create and export bookmarks. Next one is import bookmarks. Next is your devices. You will be using the following devices in this lab. So please power on this now, which is PLAB110 Windows 10 Pro workstation. Let's try to power this on. Okay. Okay, moving on to task 1. Create and export bookmarks. Web browsers allow you to bookmark important and interesting web pages that you want to revisit in the future. In this task, you will create and export bookmarks on Internet Explorer. So step 1, connect to PLAB110. Okay, so let's just wait for it to load. Okay, so double click Internet Explorer icon located on the taskbar. Okay, so step 2, Internet Explorer opens. In the browser's address bar, type http linuxreviews.org/beginner. So on shortcut, let's just copy and paste it to speed up the process. Then press enter. Okay, so step 3, the Linux Reviews web page opens. Press the Alt key on your keyboard to display the top menu. Okay, so let's click it. Okay, so let's hit favorites. Okay, then step 4, to add a favorite dialog box opens, click the new folder button. Okay, moving on to step 5. On the create a folder dialog box, in the folder name, text box type Linux underscore reference. Okay, then click create. Next one is step 6. Back on the add a favorite window, notice that the Linux reference folder was created. Okay, as you can see, creating a folder allows you to organize bookmarks in your web browser. Click add. Step 7, you are back on the Internet Explorer window. Press the Alt key on your keyboard and display the top menu. Once again, let's hit Tab, Alt, then click File, and then select Import and Export. Okay, so step 8 on the how do you want to import and export your browser settings page, click Export to a File option. Then click Next. On step 9, on the what would you like to export page, click select favorite speeds and cookies. Check boxes. Then click Next. Okay, so on step 10, on the select the folder that you want to export your favorites from page, click Favorites folder. Okay, so click Next. And step 11, on the where do you want to export your favorites page, accept the indicated folder path and click Next. Okay, on step 12, on the where do you want to export your feeds page, keep the default path and click Next. On step 13, on the where do you want to export your cookies page, click keep the default folder path and click Export. Okay, moving on to step 14, on the you have successfully exported this settings page, the favorite speeds and cookies indicate that you have been successfully exported. So click Finish. Okay, so step 15, close the Internet Explorer. Okay, task 2, import bookmarks. In this task, you will import the bookmarks of Internet Explorer into Google Chrome. To do this, perform the following steps. So step 1, ensure that you are connected to PLAB Win10. Okay, and click the Google Chrome icon on the desktop. Okay, moving on to step 2, Google Chrome Windows opens. Close the pop-up asking to make Google Chrome the default browser. Click the three vertical dots on the right of the address bar and navigate to Bookmarks. Import bookmarks and settings. Then click Import bookmarks and settings. Okay, moving on to step 3. A new web browser tab called Settings is open. In the Import Bookmarks and Settings window, ensure the drop-down list is set to Microsoft Internet Explorer. Okay, so let's just click Import. Okay, so step 4, on the Import Bookmarks and Settings window, a blue tick is displayed. Select the Show Bookmarks bar checkbox. Then click Done. Step 5, the Apps toolbar appears including the folder Linux reference where the imported bookmarks is saved. Click the Linux reference bookmark, then below it, select Beginners Learn Linux, Linux Review. Okay, so let's just click it. Okay, so moving on to step 6. The Linux reviews web page is displayed. This means that the bookmark you imported from Internet Explorer works. So step 7, close Google Chrome. Okay, moving on to the next page. So this is exercise 2, manage security zones in a web browser. In this exercise, you will learn to configure security zones in web browser for the intranet and internet security settings on your web browser. Help minimize the risk of malware being downloaded unintentionally when visiting compromised websites. So restrictive security zones when paired with anti-malware tools and operating system updates will significantly help to fend off different types of malicious software from compromising your computer. Please refer to your course material or use your favorite search engine to research this topic in more detail. So learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you will be able to configure security zones in browser for intranet and internet. So your devices. You will be using the following devices in this lab, so please power on this now, which is PLAB Win 10 Windows 10 Pro Workstation. So as you can see, I'm already connected to PLAB Win 10. So let's move on to task 1, configure security zones in browser for intranet and the internet. So Microsoft Internet Explorer categorizes websites into different security zones. The security zones are internet, local, intranet, trusted sites, or restricted site zones. We can specify any security zones for our websites. Every zone has a configurable security level. We can specify 5 security levels. So the first one is low, second is medium, third one is medium, third and the fourth one is medium high, then the last one is high. Correction to the second, it's medium low. In this task, you will configure security zones in the browser for the local intranet and internet zones. So step 1, connect to PLAB Win 10. So I'm already connected to PLAB Win 10. Double click Internet Explorer icon located on the taskbar. Once again, let's click it. Then move into step 2, Internet Explorer window opens. Click the cogwheel icon at the far right corner and select Internet options. Okay, so moving on. Step 3. The Internet option dialog box is displayed. So this is where you will be able to configure the settings of Internet Explorer. All internet browsers will have similar functionality, but for this example, we will concentrate on the Internet Explorer. Okay, so let's click the Security tab. Okay, moving on to step 4. On the Internet Options Security tab, under the Select a Zone to view or change security settings, select Local Intranet, then click Next. Click Sites. Okay, so moving on to step 5. On the Local Intranet dialog box, select Automatically Detect Intranet Network checkbox. Notice that all the checkboxes under Automatically Detect Internet Network are enabled and grayed out. Click Advance. So step 6, on the Local Internet dialog box, click in the Add this website to the zone box. Since you are on the internet web page, the following entry will be displayed. So let's click add. So click yes on the local internet warning box. Okay, so on step 7, the HTTP intranet site is now added to the website's list. So click close to exit the local internet dialog box. Okay, on step 8, back in the local intranet dialog box, click OK. Okay, on step 9, you are back on the internet option dialog box. Under the select a zone to view or change security settings, ensure that the local intranet icon is selected. Under the security level for this zone, select custom level. Okay, so on step 10, under the reset custom settings, select medium from reset to drop down list. Okay, moving on to the main topic. So let's click on under the reset custom settings, select medium from reset to drop down list. Okay, on step 11, still in Internet Options dialog box, under select a zone to view or change security settings, click Trusted Sites and then click Sites. So let's click OK. So step 11, still in the Internet dialog box, under the select zone, view or change security settings, click Trusted Sites and then click Sites. Okay, so on step 12, the Trusted Sites dialog box is displayed. Click in Add this website to the zone. Text box and select the existing entry. Type over the selected entry with the following. Then click Add. Okay, so moving on to step 13. A new website is now added under the website list box to allow all the sites that have a prefix of HTTPS to be added to the trusted site zone. Check the required server verification HTTPS for all sites in the zone option to enable it. Click close. Okay, so let's just click this option. So then click close. Okay, so moving on to step 14. You are back on the Internet Options dialog box. Under select a zone to view or change security settings section, click Restricted Sites and then click Sites. Okay, so on step 15, in the restricted Sites dialog box, click in Add this website to the zone. Then type over the selected text with the following. Okay, so let's just enter it. So let's then click add. On step 16, after adding http slash www.bing.com in the website list box, click close to exit restricted sites dialog box. Okay, moving on to step 17. On the internet option dialog box, click OK. Okay, on step 18, click close to exit from Internet Explorer window. Okay, moving on to the next page. Exercise 3, manage web browser cache. Web browsers store information such as data entered into the following examples. Just examples, forms, cookies, temporary files, saved passwords, web links, and other types visited by a user in a collection of files called browser cache. Data saved in browser cache is convenient for a user as previously entered information such as the Uniform Research Locator, which is in short URL of an organization username and password entered into a web form remain in the browser until cleared by the user. User connecting to the intranet over a slow and reliable connection greatly benefit from the browser cache as previously visited websites render faster since the objects and other data to render the web page are saved locally on the computer. In this exercise, you will learn how Microsoft Edge and Google Chrome handle browser cache and how you can clear the cache when required. To learn more about configuring browser cache settings, please refer to your course material or use your preferred search engine to research this topic in detail. So the learning outcomes, after completing this exercise, you will be able to populate the web browser cache of Chrome and Edge. View and deleted browser cache data. So your devices, you will be using the following devices in this exercise. So please power on this now. PLABDC01. So as you can see, it's already powered on. Windows Server 2019 Domain Controller. So next one is PLAB Win 10, Windows 10 Pro Workstation. Okay, so task 1, populate the web browser cache of Chrome and Edge. Web browsers have different ways of managing cache settings to keep information about recently accessed web pages. In this task, you will visit some websites to build the browser cache and learn how to manage browser cache settings in Chrome and Edge. Please note that the practice labs devices connect to the internet through proxy server. Therefore, some websites may not work due to powerful security policy. So on step 1, connect to PLAB Win 10. Okay, so I'm already connected to it. Click to the Google Chrome icon and the desktop. In the address bar, type comptia.org. So let's copy it in short to make it faster. Okay, then press enter. So on step 2, please wait while Chrome connects to the web page. From the CompTIA homepage, click X on the Yes Sign Me Up box. Okay, on step 3, click the address bar and type over the existing URL with the following. So that's it, Hunter. Okay, on step 4, the linux.org web pages is displayed. You have successfully populated Chrome's browser cache. Okay, so step 5, click the three dot icon on the top right corner. Okay, so let's just click it on the corner. From the menu, point to history and click history. Okay, so in step 6, observe, observe the history created from visiting the websites on Chrome. Keep Google Chrome open. Okay, on step 7, type and select Microsoft Edge into the web search box. Okay, so in step 8, click the browser address bar, then type the over the existing with the following. So just copy and paste. Okay, so let's hit enter. Okay, so step 9, the Microsoft TechNet web page is displayed. To add another entry in the browser cache, click in the address bar and type over the entry with the following. So we already hit it enter. So step 10, the DuckDuckGo search engine page is displayed. So step 11, on the Microsoft Edge, click Start Hub. Start Hub. So this is the Start Hub. Okay. Observe the history records from visiting the website. From visiting the websites on Edge. Okay, so task 2, view and delete browser cache data. After populating the browser cache of Chrome and Edge, you will view the different website options that are saved in the cache of both browsers. In the task, you will delete the browser cache and view the history list of Chrome and Edge. Ensure you are connected to PLA V110 and Microsoft Edge is open. So I'm connected to it. At the top right corner of the window, click the more button and scroll down to the select and settings. Okay, so on step 2, from the settings menu under the clear browsing data section, select choose what to clear. Okay, step 3, on the clear browsing data menu, there are default settings already in place. So step 4, other types of web data that can be cleared include media licenses, pop-up exceptions, location permissions, full screen permissions, notification permissions, alongside the default selection to enable the following checkboxes are selected. So let's download. So let's check on download history, form data, passwords, media licenses, and website permissions. So let's click clear. Okay, so click outside of the settings menu to collapse it. Okay, so step 6, close Microsoft Edge. You will be directed back to the Chrome browser. Access the top right corner of the window and click the three dots icon, then select Settings. Step 8, on the Settings window, scroll all the way down. Then click Advanced. Okay, so moving on to step 9. Under the Privacy and Security Settings section, scroll down. Then click Clear browsing data, clear history cookies, cache, and more section. Okay, step 10, on the Clear browsing data window, on the Basic tab, access the time range and select last 7 days. Under the basic notice, the general settings that are enabled is browsing history, cookies and other site data, cache, image, and files, and click Advanced. So we're on Advanced tab. Step 11, likewise under Advanced, access the time range drop down list and select last 7 days. The browsing history, download history, cookies, and other site data, cache, image, and files boxes are enabled. Deselect the password and other sign-in data auto fill from the site settings hosted at the data boxes. So select clear data. Okay, on step 12, close the Google Chrome to refresh the browser. Then relaunch Google Chrome from the desktop. Once Chrome is open, click the three dot icons in the top right corner. From the menu, point to the history and click History. Step 14, since you cleared the history earlier, the websites and their corresponding data have all been cleared. So close Google Chrome. Okay, moving on to step 15. Launch the Microsoft Edge from the Windows search box. So let's click the Star Hub. Icon towards the top right corner. On the Favorites menu, click History. click on history. So on step 16, as a result, clearing the web cache earlier, the history menu does not display the recently accessed websites. So close Microsoft Edge. Okay, moving on to the next page. On exercise 4, manage client-side scripting. All websites provide that dynamic content such as audio, animation, graphics, and video that enhances a user's experience. Driving internet traffic to an organization's websites is the aim of creating compelling content for public consumption that subsequently leads to more revenue. There are plenty of web development tools and standards that web developers use to create websites that stand out from the competition. When a website is created, programming tools and scripting languages are used by developers to enhance interaction with the website server. Side scripts execute on the web server. PHP, Ruby, and Python are some examples of programming languages used to develop server-side scripts to enhance user interaction with a public website. Client-side scripts run on the web browser. Examples of client-side script include JavaScript, VB, and Microsoft JScript and jQuery. And Dojo are toolkits libraries that build on JavaScript to build modern web apps, language utilities, user interface, and others. In this exercise, you will learn how client-side scripting works in Google Chrome and Internet Explorer. In addition, you will add a pop-up blocker extension in Google Chrome. To learn about the different settings in server-side and client-side scripting, please refer to your course material or use your preferred search engine to research this topic in detail. So, learning outcomes. After completing this exercise, you will be able to disable and enable client-side scripting in Google Chrome. Add a pop-up blocker in Google Chrome. Then your devices, you will be using the following devices in this exercise. Please power on this now. So let's first on power on PLAB DC01, Windows Server 2019 domain controller. Second one is PLAB Win10, Windows 10 Pro Workstation. So task 1, disable and enable client-side scripting in Google Chrome. So Google Chrome supports client-side scripting through JavaScript. In this task, you will compare what happens to Chrome when JavaScript is allowed and when client-side scripting is blocked. So step 1, ensure you are connected to PLAB Win10. And then launch Google Chrome from the desktop. Okay, so in the address bar, type the following. So press enter. In step 2, the default website is launched. Notice that there is a slide presentation that changes its display. You can click either the Done or as Done button at the far right of the window to see the next site. So step 3, okay, so as you can see, this is the sample. So moving on to step 3, scroll down to see other details about this website. Information about the other products or services being sold is visible. Okay, moving on to step 4, click the three-dot button on the top right corner and select Settings. Then step 5, from the settings, scroll all the way down and click Advanced. Under the privacy settings, privacy and security settings, security section, scroll down, locate and select site settings. let's just type it to make a shortcut. Okay, so on step 7, under the site settings, notice that JavaScript is allowed. So click JavaScript. Then step 8, under the JavaScript section near allowed recommended, slide the slider to up. So after setting the JavaScript to block, close the Google Chrome. To test client-side scripting now that JavaScript is blocked, relaunch Google Chrome from the desktop. In the address bar, type Microsoft.com. Then press enter. Step 11, the website seems to display correctly. Notice that the next button and plus button to navigate the different slides are not present. Oh, as you can see that. Then scroll down and notice that the pictures tiles have been suppressed on the web page. This is the result of blocking JavaScript from running in Chrome. Up at the far right corner of the address bar, hover over the next and back button icon. It notifies that JavaScript is blocked. On this website. So, in step 11, from the JavaScript block menus, notice that you can unblock JavaScript selectively by allowing it for the www.microsoft and click Manage. From the settings windows, go to blocked and slide the switch to on. Okay, so step 14, click on the other browser tab where Microsoft website is displayed. Click the circular arrow to the left of the address bar to reload the page. Okay, so step 15, notice that that display has become dynamic and picture slides are updating automatically. Okay, so close Google. Task 2, add a pop-up blocker in Google Chrome. Pop-ups are separate windows that display when visiting the home page of an organization's website. They can be an annoyance as pop-ups will ask for an email address to subscribe to their content. Pop-ups can be dismissed by closing the window. Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge browsers have built-in support for blocking unnecessary pop-ups. In this task, you will examine the browser's pop-up settings and download a blocker for Google Chrome. So step 1, ensure that you are connected to PLAB Win 10. Launch the Google Chrome from the desktop. Click the three-dot icon and select Settings. Then step 2, from the Settings browser tab in the search box, type pop-ups. Click Site Settings. From step 3, from the Site Settings page, scroll down and select pop-ups and redirects. Okay, so step 4, notice that the blocked recommended settings is enabled. Okay, on step 5, click the address bar, type over the existing URL, and enter the existing URL with the following. On the Chrome Web Store page, click the store box, and type script blockers for Chrome. Okay, so on the Chrome Web Store page, click the store box and type script blockers for Chrome. Press enter. In step 7, from the list recommended extensions for blockers, go to Popper Blocker and select Add to Chrome. Okay, moving on to step 8, click the Add Pop-up Blocker Chrome. Hover close and click Add Extension. Okay, so step 9, a new web browser tab opens. Select Agree on the top on the thank you for installing Popper Blocker web page. On step 10, the welcome web page will display. Click the extensions button on the right of the address bar and select Pop-up Blocker. For Chrome, so step 11, notice that the Popper Blocker message box indicates a successful installation. Okay, moving on. Let's close Google Chrome. On exercise 5, configure browser add-ons and privacy settings. Browsers add-ons enable additional functionality to open documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and other file types that provide a richer user experience. Software vendors refer to browser add-ons as plugins and extensions. Plugins are standalone applications that run outside of the web browser window. For example, Java and Flash extensions are typically written in JavaScript and are integrated with the browser extensions run within the browser windows on a user event, such as opening documents, spreadsheets, presentation files, PDFs, and other file types that the extension supports. When browsing the internet, a user can opt to stay private by using incognito mode in Chrome on the In Private window feature in Microsoft Edge. Websites visited using these privacy modes are not saved in the browser history or cached when accessing the internet from the corporate firewall. Privacy mode has no effect as the company's firewall policy will have log files that record a user's internet activity. In this exercise, you will learn how Microsoft Edge and Google Chrome manage browsers and add-ons private browsing and connection to a proxy server to access the internet. To learn more about the configuring browser add-ons, private browsing, and proxy server settings, please refer to your course material or use your preferred search engine to research this topic in detail. So, learning outcomes after completing this exercise, you will be able to view and add extensions in Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. Enable private browsing. Your devices, you will be using the following devices in this exercise. Please power on this now, which is PLAB DC01, Windows Server 2019 domain controller. Then next one is PLAB Win10 Windows 10 Pro. As you can see. So task 1, view and add extensions in Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. Browser extensions enable a user to open documents, spreadsheets, presentation files, and other file types within the browser window. Extensions and only work while working within the browser application. In this task, you will learn how to view and add extensions in Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. So step 1, connect to PLAB Win10. When signed in, launch Google Chrome from the desktop. Click the stack 3-dot icon on the top right. Point to More Tools, and then select Extensions. Okay, so let's just click the 3 dots on the top corner. Then click More Tools. Then Extensions. Step 2, the default Google Chrome extensions are displayed. By default, the extensions are enabled and can be disabled anytime. However, this is not recommended as this will prevent the user from opening specific files within Chrome. Google Docs is used for managing documents created with Google apps like Docs, Sheets, and Slides. Is the word processing app used for creating documents. Sheets is the spreadsheet app used for creating circulations or tabulations. Slides is the presentation app used for creating slides for a presentation. To be able to use the extension listed above, you must sign into docs.google.com using a Google or Gmail account. Note, docs.google.com, sheets.google.com, and slides.google.com will not work on the lab devices due to firewall security policy in this lab. So on step 3, in the next steps, you will add extensions in Google Chrome. Click the address bar and type over the existing URL with the following. So it redirected us to the Chrome Web Store. So step 4, a list of extensions from Chrome Web Store is displayed. From the picture pane on the left, click in the search and search for the store box. Then in the box type, PDF reader, copy paste, then enter. Step 5, from the list extension, select Tax Help PDF Reader. If that doesn't show up, let's just type it manually. can't seem to find the text help PDF reader, so let's just choose one randomly. On step 7, a message box at the far right notifies that text help PDF reader is now added to Chrome for the so extension. So add. Okay, so on step 8, the text help PDF reader extension is now added on Chrome. Okay, step 9, click the start jar and search for Microsoft Edge. When Microsoft Edge is open, click the three dots on the More button in the top right and select Extensions. Step 10, from the Extensions menu, click Get Extensions from the store. Step 11, close the store window. Okay, moving on to task 2, enable private browsing. A user can hide their browsing history by enabling incognito mode in Chrome or in private window in Windows Edge. Private browsing modes will not save the history of websites on the browsing. However, keep in mind that corporate firewalls and service providers record interface access when users connect online. In this task, you will enable private browsing on Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. So step 1, ensure that you are connected to PLAB Win 10. Restart Google Chrome from the taskbar. And select New Incognito window. Okay, so step 2, on the incognito window, type the following URL in the address bar. Let's type mozilla.org. Okay, step 3, the Mozilla homepage is displayed. Click the three dots icon and notice that there is no history option available on the menu. As you can see, this reinforces the fact that browsing history is not saved in Google, in Chrome even while browsing it in incognito mode. Close the incognito window. Okay, so on step 4, on the regular Google Chrome browser windows, click the three dots icon and point to the history, then select History. Step 5, notice that there is no history of visiting the mozilla.org website. Click the History Browser tab by clicking the X button. Close the History Browser tab. Okay. Okay, so step 6, restore the Microsoft Edge from the taskbar. Click the three dots on More button and select New in private window. On step 7, from the browser in private window, type the following in the address bar. Then press enter. Step 8, the CompTIA landing page is displayed. Then click the hub icon. Step 9, from the favorites menu, click history. Okay. Select, okay, on step 10, from the history menu, notice that the company item is not listed on the recently visited website, so close in private window. On step 11, from the Microsoft Edge window, click the hub icon. On step 12, from the hub menu, click history. Step 13, on the history menu, notice that the CompTIA.org is not listed on the sites recently visited. So close Microsoft Edge, and that's it.